Hey friends, welcome back to Jeremiah Wonders, and I'm so excited to have Yannis Pappas on the show today. I usually am not a fan of these remote Zoom podcasts, but his electric energy made it feel like he was in the room, and we have some amazing riffs, good times, and a lot of celebrities called into the show today, so look out for that. Big news, I have a new merch store up at jeremiahwatkins.com. You can get this shirt as well as a lot of other dope designs over there. Check it out. Got some Sax hats and different stuff like that as well. I'm seeing some growth in numbers on the show, and I appreciate all your guys' support, all the liking and the commenting and the reviews on iTunes. All that stuff is helping build this empire of a podcast that we've been working on together. Shout out to my producer, Gage, over there in the booth, Gage Tiarina. Follow him. He does the amazing editing and producing of the show, and as always, Betterbox and Speedweed help make this show possible as well. Without further ado, please welcome my pal, Yannis Pappas, to Jeremiah Wonders. You gotta love this Zoom technology we're in right now.
It's not perfect, but you know, what is?
Right?
Right.
I mean, to get philosophical, what is right in this world?
You know what? I think right now it's very debatable. I think you could, I saw an article the other day, 2 + 2 = 5, and here's why. So, reality is completely a suggestion, and I got to admit, I'm getting used to it.
When things are more suggestion and less concrete, there's just less pressure to be something.
Yeah, I mean, everything is sort of up to who has the best lawyer or who is the best lawyer for themselves. Like Johnny Cochran died a little too early because he would be having a field day during this era. I think he could get anyone or himself out of anything because you can't really prove anything anymore.
It's all he said, she said.
It's all he said, she said.
Or they said. I don't want to put a label.
Yeah, and if it's he said, it's probably wrong because it's a he that said it.
I mean, that's what he said.
That's why we, the Hyenas, we're all about the matriarchy. We're all about what the ladies got to say. And our podcast is just two ladies that are from Ethiopia that happen to grow corn. And we have a podcast.
I mean, what do you think about Adele's hairdo?
I think Adele's hairdo is an absolute tragedy. And that's a new word I just made up right now. She's a tragedy.
A tragedy? Uh-huh.
And I don't know what to do with it. But I think that what I'm thinking about is a little side business I'm contemplating right now. I need a coder to team up with, but I want to create an app where when people culturally appropriate or they sort of cross the line like she did, there's an app where we can set her up with someone who she can wash their feet as reparations, as sort of retribution.
Right.
So I think she did a bad thing and she needs to wash people's feet.
I mean,
to set her up. Yeah, it's like Uber, but for feet washing.
That's what Jesus had to do back in the day. He used to have to wash people's feet.
Yes. If you do something bad like that, where you culturally appropriate, it's time to wash feet, babe. Line up those feet, get that soap and water out, and wash and atone. She needs to atone for her sin. How fun. We need to bring back like the fire and brimstone preachers. I think it's fertile ground now for them to make a comeback.
Oh, dude, those preachers are literally guys who I grew up with. My dad would be like, "You need to watch this." Like if we weren't going to church on a Sunday, then he'd be like, "All right, let's put this in its place." And the Lord said unto thee, and then like it would be like the flicking of like the heads and stuff of like people like feeling the spirit and stuff like that. Now that gets into the Pentecostal territory, which that wasn't my personal upbringing, but I watched a lot of videos, and I just got to say they know how to put on a show.
Yeah, I mean they definitely know how to get the crowd moving, and I think we need them to kind of balance things out. right now, have you noticed like all the new cool ministers that talk to like, Justin Bieber? They look like they work at Urban Outfitters. Like the new preacher wears like the 70s mom Polaroid glasses and like has like a cut swimmer's body and like ripped jeans. I don't like those guys. Those guys freak me out, and I can't believe we're allowing that as a culture. I want sort of I want the hair that's like half gelled that's moving. I want that Jim Jones wearing sunglasses. I want that preacher back. We got to start holding people accountable and for their sins.
For their sins, because the Lord said unto thee, reject the devil and repent.
Yes. Talking in tongues. Let's bring it back.
Dude, I think that like the more traditional preachers who just stand behind the podium and just give you the message directly are kind of like New York comics. And then the preachers that have all the theatrics and are shaking, those are the LA comics of preachers.
Yeah. And then the ones that just read the scripture, those are like, they're stealing material, dude. I mean, you're doing somebody else's material.
Hack. Hello.
Hello. That was written by somebody else a couple thousand years ago.
Thousands of years ago. And hey, don't just think that you can change the type of person that is in the scripture and it's your own now. Okay?
Yeah. No. You cannot do that. That is religio appropriation. I want to just start inventing new words and holding people accountable to say them.
I think that we should develop an app, and we call it Appropriation. And and it's just this little bing. Anytime somebody says something remotely, like if they're in conversation, we're having a conversation, and I do a voice that somebody might not like or something. I'm like, yeah, let's go get some crab down at the island. Bing! And it just says, I'm sorry, what?
Or it just has a face that comes up and goes, you're on notice.
You're on notice.
You're on notice. You broke a law. You're on notice.
You're on notice right now.
I like it. Appropriation. I like it.
Appropriation. Mm-hmm.
I like it. Yeah. I mean, we're starting our own side business now. Do you want to become preachers? Like stand-up's not doing, but like, is there a loophole for preachers right now? Like, there's always some sort of religious loophole where churches can do what they do. You want to preach?
I mean, we could get a crowd.
We could get a crowd. We know how to really kick up the heat. We know how to read them. If it's not working, we know how to switch to crowd work.
That's the thing is there would be like at the church service, like all the people would be like, there's a lot of opening preachers on the bill tonight.
It's like, well, it's a bringer show. I got to get a lot of my friends up. We're doing a little preacher spot trading.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I gotta bring 5 other followers, and it's a whole thing.
I did his church the other night. Yeah, he's doing mine. It's what He's got a great church, though. I mean, great. Great. It's a great room.
That's what we do to build up our community together. We do his church, then he comes over and does my church. It's this whole thing. It's a giving community that we're a part of.
Do they do more than one show? Like, do they do a couple, because I know I grew up in the Greek Orthodox Church. I think he did 2 shows. I think it's like 2 shows. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they do 2 shows, especially like if it's a holiday or something. Like if it's a holiday, forget about it. They got those 3 p.m.s, those 5 p.m.s, those 7 p.m.s. They got that candlelight ceremony. I've never done a candlelight stand-up ceremony before. That would be fire.
Do you think they talk like comics too? Like they'll talk to the deacon or whatever faith it is and be like, man, that crowd was dead, or dude, I hate the late crowd. Late crowd comes in.
Dude, the late crowd, they're just
all they do is come in. They're there to just network, look at each other's outfits or whatever. They don't get into any of the hymns or anything like that. Tourist crowd, It's
just like respond a little bit more. I need to work off the crowd. I need a little bit of energy. Or the pastors or priests are like passing each other in the back hallways of the church and be like, hey man, good message tonight, man.
Is that new stuff?
Hey Hey, was that NIV, KJV? What you working with tonight, dog?
Dude, that Matthias stuff, was that off the dome? Because I didn't see you do that last Sunday. Probably. I mean, those guys are putting on a show in a lot of ways.
Dude, I went to, there's some very LA churches out here that are clearly, in my opinion, Hollywood has tainted them a little bit, where it's a little bit too much show, too much theatrics. And I went to church, it was like an Easter, like this was probably like 10 years ago. And I didn't go back to this church because it was like they were showing trailers for their church groups. Like, and we're talking cinema, full quality trailers that has a guy like on the mic, like, you thought that they weren't coming back. Like, it's like Mr. Movie Voice. And then it's showing all these women turning to camera. And then at the end, no joke, this is the actual title of this church group. It just goes, God Chicks. God Chicks was the name of this church group. And it had and then it said right afterwards, follow us on Twitter and Instagram and social media. And it had like their Twitter handles. And anytime a pastor would be shown on the screen, it would have his Twitter handle. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm out. I think I'm done. Like, I can't handle, like, I'm already around this so much. I can't handle this inside the sanctity of a church as well.
That show business spirituality. Did you go outside afterwards and see Pablo Francisco smoking a cigarette? You're going like, oh, you work in this church? And I say, yeah, man, times are hard. It's like, that was him doing the movie phone. He was like, yeah, man, I come here for an hour and voice of God that shit. This summer, 12 apostles.
Get down.
No, Jesus, run. No, Jesus, run.
Jesus, run. No, it's not what I say. I got to get out of here. I got to get I'm going to be crucified very soon. You got to get out of here. Little Jesus summer. Man coming 3 days later.
Never thought he came back from the dead.
He came back from the dead.
I'm back!
Hi! I've transformed!
And now I have a tortilla stand!
Little Tortilla Jesus. Coming to a hymnal near you. Get down on your knees and repent your sins!
Hey, why is Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to kill Jesus? Don't ask questions. It's the voice that does.
They're shooting nails into my hands.
Yeah.
Judas, how dare you?
Yeah, I love it. I want to go to that church. That's what I'm saying, dude. I think, there's a real lane that's opened up where, we may have to make the switch kind of from stand-up comedians to fire and brimstone preachers.
Well, Sam Kinison was a preacher, real talk, before he did stand-up.
Yeah. So was I.
Were you? What was your minister name?
My minister name was Yannis Pappas, because I'm Greek. So it was, so I just went with Yannis.
Yeah, Yannis Pappas.
Stephanopoulos.
Farrakhan.
That was it. And it was, it was a great couple of years. Mm-hmm. And, I think we really changed a couple of people's lives out there. Made a diff.
Now, you're very Greek, so I heard that you did your communion a little different at this church.
Yeah, we did do it. There's a vat of tzatziki that they put out, which is white sauce. Uh-huh. So we give the baby the option. We ask him, do you want the white sauce or no? And the baby decides. If he bobbles to the right, like we know that, if he does that, that means he wants the white sauce, and then, and then the little hot sauce as well mixed in, depending on if he wants that as well. And then we dunk him in that.
You dunk him, full on dunk.
We funk him like a pita bread. We dunk him right in. Yeah, and then we take him out, and he's Greek. Yeah.
That's all you have to do to convert to
Well, you got to shave his back as well, get him ready for the world, make him presentable, you know?
This baby already has a hairy back?
I mean, it starts from the eyebrows, as you can see. I still haven't. These things are like caterpillars that, if I don't get them tweezed soon, are going to turn into butterflies and fly off my face. Yeah. So they just kind of grow from here. Like, you know, the whole like Bigfoot thing, that there is Bigfoot, but it's just a misunderstanding. That was just an old Greek dude walking in the woods somewhere who hadn't had his eyebrows trimmed down in a little while. We got big eyebrows. My eyebrows are bigger than my eye slits. And now that I've told you that, you won't be able to unsee it.
Well, man, eye slits sound super sexual, and I like it.
You got nice eye slits.
Hey, yo. Hey, girl, show me them eye slits.
Yo, what's her eye slit like? It almost sounds like it could be a synonym for that punana.
Yeah, what that eye slit do?
Yo, how's that eye slit? That eye slit tie?
Is that eye slit?
I got that
Fresh?
wet eye slit. I got that wet eye slit. I got that wet eye slit.
Wet eye
Which, by
slit.
the way, Maurica has the original wet ass pussy. So that's funny. Cause wet ass pussy. That's what Cardi B says. So wet ass pussy. That's Maurica had that original wet ass pussy. That's right.
Whoa, Marisa, I didn't know that you were going to be joining us today.
Well, you know what? Look, I know that this quarantine got us all messed up and whatnot. Like listen,
you look hot usually, but you're looking a little bit rougher than usual, I got to say.
Well, you know, usually I don't like to just be taking FaceTimes like this. Like, I don't understand why girls be doing that to each other. Like, I'm not going to pick up the FaceTime so you could judge me to see how many Keebler cookies I've been eating during quarantine. Like, you need to warn me before the FaceTime, text me, say you're going to FaceTime me so then I can fucking put my makeup on and look good. So then when we FaceTime, makeup on makeup, bitch, even. That shit is even. I got my machine gun pointed at you. You got your machine gun pointed at me, bitch. That's it.
Well,
I'm not going to give you the advantage to call me and you all made up and then I look like this and shit. That's not what I'm going to do. But you a boy, so I took it.
you look good. You look good. I'm not saying that you look bad by any means. I mean,
Thank you.
your
You
eye
look
slits
good too.
are on point.
Thank you. You look good too. I love that hat. You look like, I love your merch and shit. That's nice. Watkins, look at that shit. I like it. That's that Wu-Tang shit, but it's Watkins. I like that shit. You look like you've been skateboarding a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
That's right.
Hey, Marisa, now I have a connection, and I don't know how you personally feel about him, but I was wondering, would you be opposed to talking to Donald Trump right now?
I would love to talk to Donald Trump. In fact, look, Cardi B, we in 2020 right now. Why the fuck can't I be Barbara Walters? Cardi B is. I'll talk to Donald Trump. I love to ask him questions because you know what? Cardi B was interviewing Joey B. So I would like to talk to this orange motherfucker right here. Sorry, everybody. I don't have the wig or anything. It's just you're gonna have to deal with it. I'm in another part of New York, and the wig is in Brooklyn. So I'm gonna give you 4 dot sits, and we're out of here. Where did he go? What happened to Donald Trump? Oh, look at this! It's a MAGA hat. Holy shit! Where are we in Chicago? Jussie Smollett, run! Save your Subway sandwich.
Hello.
Oh shit! How you doing, Donald?
Is this Marisa?
Yeah, how you doing, Donald? Good to see you again. I don't know if you remember me, but there was a night in 2003 where I came over with a couple of my girlfriends and we peed on you. Do you remember?
I always remember a woman who pees on me. It was fantastic. I mean, I've got to say, Marisa, you're looking more hideous than ever. You at least had longer hair when you pissed on me, and I allowed it. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. But looking at you, you're looking more manly than ever, Marisa, and I think you might need another surgery or two, okay?
Well, I don't really appreciate you talking to a lady like that. Let me tell you something, Donald. You looking more and more like a fucking Frito-Lay. That's it. You fucking orange lives don't matter. I mean, where do you get that? You look like my fucking leather purse.
Can I just say, bitch, you look like a Chex Mix piece that's inside of a vacuum cleaner. You look absolutely terrible, more hairy, more covered in fuzz than you ever have in your entire life.
Well, I don't appreciate that very much. You're not very nice to ladies, and I'm not even Rosie O'Donnell, so you shouldn't be talking to me like that. I'm not Odessa or whatever that bitch's name was. What was her name? The one that you, Omara. I don't even remember her fucking name.
Omarosa. Omarosa.
Omarosa.
Okay? I fired her. All right? She was fired.
Yeah, well, listen, the country needs to...
I gotta say, your eye slits are looking better than ever, honey. They're looking...
Well, I appreciate that.
So good, so perfect, so tremendous. Probably the strongest eye slits I've ever seen on a female in my entire life.
Well, I will take that compliment because, listen, I'm not really a fan of you as a president, but I am a girl and I can't pass up a compliment from somebody who also is in power. I'm telling you, you are one of the ugliest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life, but you are in a seat of power and I have a weakness to power. I have a weakness to it.
I still remember the taste of your urine. Can I tell you? Can I tell you? Your urine tasted like Rockstar energy drinks and DiGiorno's pizza. And I was slightly concerned because it also tasted like a vitamin D deficiency, I think. I'm not sure. Have you been taking your vitamins, Marika? Marisa?
No, that's you bring... America, that's it. I'm America. You could just call me Marika.
Call you Marika?
Call me America because I'm trying to take myself back from you. That's right. But I also appreciate that compliment because what you was tasting there is a vegan diet. I don't eat meat unless that shit is chicken wings because I got a weakness for buffalo sauce. But I'm usually plant-based. That's it. I'm plant-based. And so what you was tasting is a 1,000% vegetarian diet minus a couple of percent for chicken wings.
Where have you been working at? Have you been getting your unemployment from me? I've been sending you lots of money, Marika.
Yeah, I got that unemployment, but that shit is nothing. A girl's got high taste. I can't go backwards in lifestyle. I've been on the fans only page. That's it.
What kind of videos are you having on your OnlyFans page? Because I'm a big subscriber. I'm a big supporter of OnlyFans.
Yeah, I've been on the OnlyFans page and I've been sucking a lot of dicks on there. People come to see me also just talk and suck dick. That's it. You can either come watch my rigorosity because I'm very rigorous, or you can watch me suck dick. Those are the two good things I'm good at. Also basketball.
So literally you're doing blogs or taking globs. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I mean, the problem with you is you're so fucking charismatic. That's why you became president, because you're funny.
People love me. I mean, probably I'm more loved than any president. Probably the biggest approval rating you've probably ever seen in the entire existence of presidents.
Yeah, that's the good thing about you is you fucking lie. Everything that comes out of your mouth ain't true. But you say it so charismatically that people just love to hate you. You basically like as if Ric Flair was president.
Marika, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life. Have I told you that? I mean, the way that you look right now is fantastic. I mean, it's truly tremendous. I mean, the fact that your eye slits, I mean, the things on your face, I mean, the hair on your head is so beautiful. Oh, there's another woman in the background, and tell her that she is not welcome around you because your beauty is so exceeding of everything around you.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend right now. What are you doing getting into the shot? I'm talking to the president of the United States. And you up in my show and shit. Look, you got makeup on. I don't got fucking makeup on. This is what I look like with no makeup. It's a little different.
Tell her this is serious business. This is serious work. It doesn't get more serious than this show right here, right now. And she needs to exit the frame immediately.
Yeah, you need to exit because I'm talking to the president of the United States, and he was just telling me that my eye slits were beautiful. And I hated him a couple minutes ago, but now I'm fucking getting drawn in by that charisma that made him a celebrity, even though he doesn't have a talent besides just being a celebrity.
It's true. I'm very good at being famous. I've got a small wiener, and it's one of those things that it doesn't matter in the long-term thing of things because it's one of those things. I'm so rich, it doesn't matter what you really think of me at the end of the day. Okay, I've got so much money. I piss on prostitutes. They piss on me. It's all tremendous, courageous, fantastic business. I've got to go.
I got a
Marika.
question for you.
Oh, you do?
Can I just ask you a quick question before you go? I know you're busy not doing shit.
The Air Force One, the Air Force Trump is right over there. I'm about to board, but yes, one last question.
Yeah, by Air Force One, I know you mean your phone. You need to get back to Twitter.
No,
let me ask you a question.
It's just a black guy holding a pair of Jordans for me. Continue.
Let me ask you this question. I've been very curious about Donald Trump. Is your wife a sex robot? Because I'm not sure if she is. I just know that when they invent those shits and perfect it, it's going to look just like that.
Have you seen the movie starring Haley Joel Osment, AI?
I have seen it, yes.
Melania is Haley Joel Osment as a robot grown up into a real person. Okay?
That makes a lot of sense.
Now, she used to be a little boy that was loved and could see dead people, and now she sees a living person, a strong person, the person that you see before you right here is the President of the United States of America. Sometimes I program her where she has reactions that I don't really like to let people see that she has some feelings on the inside, so that I rewire her after she has little outbursts of her little looks, okay? And I tell the programmers, never again. And then she behaves for a while, and then she starts learning and adapting. Like if you've seen the Terminator movies, these people start gaining consciousness, okay? And then I realize it's time to go. I want you just to plug in and unplug. That's all I want from you, okay? I'm not looking for a serious relationship. You're a robot. I'm a king. End of story. Does that answer your question, Marika?
No. I think that in the history books, there will be a Shakespeare that will write some sort of play about you like Henry VIII, but it'll be called The King and the Robot. The Orange King and the Robot.
The Orange King and the Robot. It sounds like a wonderful read, and you can find it now on Amazon Prime. Okay? I've got to go. Jeff Bezos is calling me right now. Just billionaire talk. All right? I've got to go. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. President. Fuck you. Wow, that was fun to watch. Fun to watch those two go at it. What do we got now?
Can I just say this show is so serious? I was just watching outside.
Yeah.
Because Trump and Maurica were on for a little while together.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I got to say, this is probably one of the most serious shows. The serious, hard-hitting podcasts out of everything that people are subscribed to. So I appreciate, Yannis, you kind of waiting in the wings while Maurica did her thing,
No problem. I mean, I'm very into politics. It was like watching Chris Cuomo's show for a little bit, and I enjoyed it. It was a very, that was a real dialectic right there between two intellectual giants, and I think that the policy that they discussed really bodes well for maybe how the two sides can maybe have more of a dialogue going forward to sort of compromise on the way that they see the world.
It's true. It made me start thinking like libertarians may have a point.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking that same thing. It's weird that you say that. I was thinking libertarians may have a point. And I'm just glad that people are coming to the table like that, like to, a journalist like her, a serious intellectual president like him. I mean, our country's in a great place if those two people can sit down and talk.
I was hanging on every word of that conversation. I don't know about you.
Me too. A lot of people say the Cardi B, Joe Biden interview was reminiscent of sort of old Barbara Walter days, kind of 60-minute stuff. And I thought, yeah, I agree. And then I saw that and I said, I didn't know you could level up from that, so to speak, just to kind of say a little bit of the kids' jargon nowadays. Because the kids nowadays, I mean, we've gotten smarter, which is something that I am really proud of as an American. Yeah,
I think we're only
Music's
getting
better
smarter.
now.
Oh, music's
I
better.
think-
The writing keeps improving. Like cinema.
Yeah.
Have you seen a cinema recently?
Dude, I saw The Rock's. What was The Rock's diving gun guy? Have you seen The Rock's diving gun guy?
I I saw the trailer for that, and I was just like, how do you keep exceeding my expectations as a viewer?
I don't know how we went from, sort of a lot of the, writer filmmakers.
Did you see that Kevin Hart is doing the Helen Keller biopic?
I didn't see that, but I was hoping he would play her. I don't know.
Oh, no. He is playing her. Which this is a challenging role for him because he's usually very loud and boisterous. So, like, I think that this could reach critical acclaim if he plays it right, you know?
I think he's the only choice for her right now. So I'm happy that whatever producer is behind what we're about to see went that way, because I know there was a bunch of articles saying that role should probably go to Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
It was a toss-up. He was sort of making – it was a toss-up. He was making sort of a little bit of a comeback. He was in the documentary and people started talking about him. And, I mean, they were thinking about him for Helen Keller, but I was always more in the Kevin Hart camp.
Did you notice how deep Scotty Pippen's voice was in that Last Dance documentary?
I did notice that. Yeah, I did notice that. I did. He has a very, very deep voice.
Hey, man, it's Scotty Pippen right here. What up, dog?
It's exactly how it sounded.
And then me and Michael,
what's up, Scotty?
Hey, me and Michael was playing, right? And people were all like, yo, MJ this, MJ that. But, like, I wasn't getting the pay that I should have been because I was giving all those points essentially to Michael.
Yeah. It's really messed up, man. Scotty. Yeah. Scotty, you basically...
How come I don't have my shoe? How come I don't have a Scotty Pippen shoe? Huh?
Because you look weird. You're a weird-looking guy.
Man? What do you mean I look weird?
I mean, Scotty, you look... Your face looks like... You look like a human falcon or something.
A human falcon? What you talking about, man?
I mean, you're a strange-looking guy.
Oh, just because I'm long and limber, that's what you call a human falcon?
Yeah, and I mean, your head, you just look like kind of a human falcon. And I don't know if you noticed in that documentary, everyone who was interviewed had crooked fingers. Did you see that? I don't know if that was something that I picked up. Anytime everyone's fingers are all over the place.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I got normal fingers. I got completely normal fingers, dog.
I don't know how that happened.
Okay, hold up your hand and show me the number 5 on your hand. Yeah, show me. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Let me make a number 5 now, okay? To show you how similar we are.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, your fingers are fucked up, man. They're all pointing different directions.
I'm making a number 5 right now.
All right. Well, it looks a little bit more like you're doing the shocker. With a girl who does it, who has whose asshole's very far from her vagina, so you're pointing, you got to get it up here.
Oh, this is my shocker.
Your fingers are so long, I think you could finger 2 different girls with one hand.
Man, I make them a shish kebab. You know what I'm saying? I make a shish kebab. I put them on. I start spinning them like an old school Harlem Globetrotters game.
Yeah.
It's
you got some
kind of a mess.
Yeah, you got some really long fingers, and you did not. Yeah, that documentary was just about like, when are they going to pay Scotty? How many fucking championships does this team have to win before you get some money, Scotty?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just think about how good the Scotty Pippen shoe could be if you want to be next to the best, like, but not the best. Scotty Pippen.
That's a great line. That would have been the commercial right there.
Or like little kids, like I want to be like Mike. I pull them to the side and be like, let's be realistic. You're not going to be that good.
But if you work really hard,
if you work really hard, then
and have a
you'll
growth spurt,
maybe.
yeah, you got to have a real late growth spurt out of nowhere at like 22. Nobody knows why. You were a Division 7 basketball player who went from 6'1" to 7'3" in 2 months.
Listen, man, I know I look like a stretched out stick of beef jerky. I know that about myself. All right?
You do, yeah.
Now, I know that I'm not the face of the NBA, that I don't have all the beauty and the charisma that Michael do, and that my voice is a little gargly and deeper and kind of scares kids when you say, come on, Shawty, be like Scotty. I was pitching different, things, and they never caught on.
Yeah. But you
hear.
Yeah, but you hear, and you didn't have to get a deal with Nike, but you could have maybe got a deal with like Etonics or Kangaroos.
It's like, come on, Asics, where you at? Where's the Asics Scotty Pippen shoe or the New Balance? I'll take New Balance. I know mostly white people wear those shoes, but I mean, come on, I'll take a New Balance deal.
Yeah, man. I do not understand why you didn't get. I'm trying to think of another good one you maybe could have got. Merrill makes sneakers.
I mean, yeah, I'll take that. I mean,
sensible.
What about Airwalks? Is that
Airwalks?
Yeah. I mean, it would kind of be perfect because, I don't have the same, jump and, vert as Michael Jordan.
Actually, Airwalks is perfect. That would have been perfect, yeah.
Would have been perfect.
And instead of, there's Air Jordan, you would have been like low altitude Pippen.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. If we did an evolutionary chart of the basketball pose, with the foot up in the air and stuff like that, then I would be the one who just be doing a layup.
Yeah. Yeah, Scotty. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened.
My time is valuable, man. I gotta go. Okay, I'm pitching to all these sneaker outlets, famous footwear. I'm actually doing a meet and greet on Crenshaw right now.
All right. Well, good to speak to you, Scotty. And it was good to watching that documentary, and see your pain. Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate your support.
You're welcome. Good dude.
Really,
good dude.
Really solid dude. Really
solid dude. Really kind of okay with his story and history, which is what, because he is kind of the and one on the list, right? Mm-hmm. It's sort of how when Paul Walker died, there was another dude in the car. It's just Scotty, Scotty's the plus one. It's Michael plus one. If you're going to die, you don't want to die with a celebrity because when you get, it's just plus one. You're just plus one.
Yeah, you're the other guy.
Yeah, you're the other guy.
It doesn't matter how good you are. And he was amazing. And it's just
he was amazing.
Yeah.
It's just, but he's really at peace with it. His fingers are all jacked up. I don't know how that happened.
Dude, his fingers were straight. Brrr.
Yeah. Did you notice that in the documentary, though? Even Isaiah Thomas, everyone's fingers. I don't know.
I think it's from jamming them over and over. Like if you play enough basketball, you jam fingers. And I think it's literally just from that. And just, I don't know, maybe from slam dunking, too. Who knows? I've never had dunking fingers. Maybe you're hanging on the rim a little bit too long. You get a little bit overzealous whenever you're cramming it down. And then it kind of...
Yeah, that could be it. It was just something that I noticed every single player.
By the way, what I just said is somebody who knows the least about basketball. I don't know, maybe he's doing one of those dunks and...
Yeah, I mean, who knows? When those guys are putting on their uniforms, the fingers they're so tall that the fingers get caught in the fabric. And that can cause injuries.
That could cause a sprain or a strain or some kind of derange,
Absolutely. And just touching the ball, dribble, it could get caught.
Could.
It could
There's
get
so
caught.
many
Yeah.
intricate pieces on the body and on the court whenever you're dribbling and you're shooting. And the net. The net, silly. The finger goes in the net. Are we hanging
that's what
yo-yos? It's a net. It's
yes, that's how it happens. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hey.
Did you play hoops with your height?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty good. I was never great, but I played like all through. I played in high school and like middle school, and I got cut from the team in my junior year, and obviously the junior year, like that's when you start your trajectory really of like if you're gonna have an impact at any level. I got cut, and I was like, oh, I gotta get funny real quick.
yeah.
I was like, that was like one of the determining, like pushing me over the edge of like, oh, you got to see this other thing through.
I think because I played basketball too, I think anyone looking at either one of us could have probably told our stories without us telling the stories.
Oh yeah, for
that
sure.
That story you just told sounds. You look exactly like that happened to you.
Yeah, man. I'm 6'3", which is just short enough to not get like if I was 6'6". Maybe, but like I was a 6'3" dude who couldn't dunk. So like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah. You get funny. You get funny around junior year. Yeah, around junior year. Yeah.
That's what you got to do. You got to put in that work.
You put in that work.
Work, girl.
Work it, girl.
Do you have any wigs next to you?
I don't have any wigs.
That's okay.
I don't have any wigs. Whenever I used to do shows with Maurica, I always thought about if I got pulled over, how funny that would be if they made me pop my trunk, because I would have like chancletas and a wig, and I would have to explain like, no man, I'm doing a show with that, and they would be like, all right, let's. Yeah. You're trying to escape to Mexico for something. So come with us.
For sure. Jeremiah Wonders is brought to you by Talkspace. Change is constant, and these days there's something new and unprecedented to grapple with every single day. It's a lot. You got to talk it out with someone, and Talkspace is on a mission to make therapy affordable and accessible for us all. I've done some couples therapy with my wife. It's not the most fun thing, but I'll tell you what, it's very beneficial to our relationship, and I would recommend therapy to anyone who is needing to talk to somebody or just needing to get out some demons, you know what I mean? Talkspace is what we all need right now, guys. Online therapy. They'll match you with a licensed therapist who you can reach out to 24/7. That's right. Whenever something's on your mind, you can text them, get daily responses 5 days a week, and there are other benefits to online therapy. It's affordable. Talkspace is a fraction of the cost of in-person therapy. 1 month on Talkspace costs about the same as a single in-person appointment, which is crazy. And once you're in the network, you'll have access to thousands of therapists. They have experience treating a range of issues: depression, anxiety, substance abuse, relationships, food, and much more. We all need someone to talk to, and Talkspace wants to give us the licensed support we deserve at a price we can afford. Match with your perfect therapist at Talkspace.com or by downloading the app. Get $100 off your first month with code SAX. That's code SAX to get $100 off your first month at Talkspace.com.
I don't have any wigs. I don't, because they're in another place. Yeah, but I do have a hat.
Okay, well that might come up organically in this next segment. This next segment is called Fanning Out.
Fanning Out. Questions from fans.
I love your podcast. Your podcast is the only one that's like, do you have any wigs? Like,
seriously.
If you do Jeremiah's podcast, make sure you got some fucking wigs around.
Well, I only
you're gonna be a few people. You like when you go on Jeremiah's, you're gonna have to come with a whole bunch of personalities.
There's a lot. I expect a lot out of my guests. When I ask, I'm like, listen, all right, here's the breakdown. I'm going to send this to you ahead of time just so you're aware. There's going to be different personalities. There might be different characters. There might be different wigs. There might be impressions. You never know. The people who call into the show has a giant reach. And I mean, the fact that we got the president today and Maurica, it's quite incredible.
It is. Those two, you'd never think they would be on the same program. But it happened on your potty, yeah.
Here today, dude.
Yeah, If you go on, you got to bring
squatty potty. On my squatty potty today.
Yeah, it's like if someone tells me they're doing your podcast and they ask the advice, I'm gonna be like, dude, there's going to be a couple wardrobe changes.
Get ready to sweat, okay?
Yeah, get ready. Yeah, you're going to have to there's a couple of acts you're going to have to do. Change. You're going to have to play a bunch of parts. It's what, you are going to be like Eddie Murphy in the Clumps or whatever.
People ask me, they're like, oh, you should do so-and-so's podcast, like some of like the bigger podcasts or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. But I want them on my podcast.
Yeah.
I want to see a huge ripped Rogan in a female wig sitting next to me. That's what I want to see. I want to see that.
That's what everyone. That would be great. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, dude. I'm ready. I'm putting out the energy in the air.
Yeah.
Shout out to Corma Sea Glass for wanting Trump and Marika to get together. That was their suggestion. So I reached out to people online, said, hey, ask Yanni any question that you want, and I'll see if we can ask him. And we got some character suggestions and some scene suggestions on here as well.
All right.
First question should be pretty easy. Roscoe Vanich, ask if he's an FF.
Full blown, fully charged FCF, fully charged F. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's a rhetorical question.
Right.
100% FF, yeah. Which, of course, means fat fuck.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which I'm very much that now, yes. I'm 220-something, and, I'm having a kid at the time where my physical health is probably the worst. So let's hope I make it.
Dude, you got to train for the dad bod. I mean, it's a part of life. You got to, you're doing it. It's great.
Yeah. Having a kid in about a month, and I'm fat as shit.
Are you stoked?
So, I'm very stoked.
You're at the point of excitement?
I'm very excited. I'm so tired of thinking about me that I'm kind of excited because, we're comics. We're so narcissistic. This feels like it's the vacation that I've needed for a long time from thinking about myself, which is great because I am not that great. So it's funny that I spend so much time thinking about someone who is like really not that great at all. It's like, that's the whole thing is like, I'm like the amount of time it's just such a waste of time to think about this.
All of this is going on.
Yeah, like every day I'm thinking about this. Look at what I spend my time thinking about. I mean, what a waste of fucking time. So to think about a beautiful little girl over this is a celebration.
It's settling. It feels good.
It's nice.
That's
feels
awesome,
good. Feels
man.
right.
Congrats. Yeah. I'm excited for you, brother.
Thank you, brother. I wanted to ask you on your podcast, you want to be the Godfather?
Can I?
Yeah. How wild would that be if that was serious? If I was like, and you were just like, you can't say no to that. Can you say no to that?
No, when a Greek man asks you, it's if you're going to be the godfather of his child. It's kind of like when a vampire asks to enter your house. If you say yes, that's the law. That's happening.
Yeah, I think I should have done that just to do something different. Just went up to someone who I know but know not that well. I just been like, hey, wait, will you just be the godfather of my daughter? And then they laugh, and I'd be like, no, man, I'm serious.
No, seriously, like I want this. I want this for my kid.
I want that's how highly I think of you. You can't turn down. You can't say no, right?
That'd be like the most awkward thing.
Yeah, it would be really awkward. You would think I was joking, but if I stayed committed to it, and was like, no, man, I really, really admire you. I think you're a great person. I know we don't know each other that well.
I'd say, like, what is Chris going to think? What's Chrissy D going to think?
I'd be like, look, I know Chris better. I'm closer to Chris, but, the kid's a fucking mess. We can all see that. And I just, I just want my daughter to have a chance with someone. If I go down, you're responsible. You're just a great guy. You're moral, and you're just the guy. You're the pick.
Also, I have to let you know, I'm terminal, so it's going to happen for sure. You will be the godfather.
Oh man, that would be. Yeah, I should have done that to someone for real. That would be funny. I called Joe DeRosa and been like, Joe.
Oh, what, man? What?
You're a pig.
Hey,
Yanni, what's up, man?
It sounds like him. How the fuck did you do that?
What do you mean, man?
What's up, Joe?
Jesus Christ. What's up, man?
What's up, Joey D. Joe DeRosa, comedian, curmudgeon, adopted kid. How you been, man? Like, how are you still doing stand-up or fuck that shit, all those pigs, everybody's a pig?
Yeah, life is the worst right now, man. It couldn't get any worse. Things are horrible. I look outside, I just wish for darkness, you know?
Yeah. Are you still doing comedy, or are you kick your rock and roll career back up again?
Yeah, I'm a full-blown rock star, man. Full-blown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking really good. That was really good, yeah. People who are watching are going like, who's Joe DeRosa?
Did you have a question or anything you asked me, man?
Yeah,
Yannis,
I wanted to
come
know.
on.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Joe. It's funny to think of like the worst quality about somebody to give them a nickname. You're adopted. Is it okay if we call you Joey in a basket?
I mean, I don't think I have a choice. I think you're just going to call it, man.
There you go. Yeah, that's my nickname for you, is Joey in a basket, because somebody dropped you off at the doorstep in a basket.
You call me Joey Storks, too?
Joey Storks, there's the one that goes around the comedy scene is Joey Turtle Without a Shell, which I don't think you appreciate very much, but it is the funniest one.
Hey, don't call me that. Come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah,
I mean,
do me like that. Come on.
that is a great Joey D impression right there. I mean, that is. I hope he gets famous just so you can do that impression.
I've got a handful of comic impressions that I'm like, come on, let's freaking go to the top, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, that was good, man.
I'm banking on Mark Normand.
Yeah. Do you do a Normand?
Yeah, come on, man. Yannis, good to see you. Queef. Hey, gotta say, feeling pretty good. A little hungover, a little gay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yannis, am I going to be the godfather or what? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Comedy. I'm Kevin Hart. Good night.
Yeah. There he is.
All the things.
Sometimes I wonder if he's a robot.
I don't know. Am I? Blurp, 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 blurp. This comes from Nick Ritchie 99. Would you trade Chris Stefano for another Greek counterpart? Maybe George Stephanopoulos.
In a second, yeah. I think we get a lot more eyeballs on us. Yeah. We just George Stephanopoulos, the kid makes $30 million a year. In 1 second, I would trade that fucking big white loaf for sexy Georgie Stephanopoulos in a second. The tone of the show would change, and that show would be canceled after maybe one episode, how long it took for whomever to comb through his 3 hyenas to hear some of the things we say. But hopefully we sign the deal first. Yeah. Greeks always prefer other Greeks.
Yeah, you run with your own, right?
We run with our own, man. We do. Yeah. Greeks just love being around other Greeks. Greeks hate everyone equally.
Now, is it true? I heard something about Greek mythology, okay? And this could be more Roman, but I've heard that in Greece, that when men would train with each other and wrestle with each other,
they fuck each other, yeah.
Yeah. Is that a real thing that they'd have sex with each other to prep for their lovemaking with the women?
Yeah. I mean, if wrestling was the most popular sport now and clothes weren't as popular as they are, it would happen by accident to us as well. Like if me and you just started wrestling naked, the first 1 or 2 times we would just wrestle and work on technique. Then at some point, one of us is just going to get hard accidentally. And then that's how that happened. Yeah, I mean, they just didn't have clothes back then.
Right.
So, I mean, you're rubbing around. I mean, at some point, it's just going to happen by accident. It's going to find my dick's gonna find its way into one of your holes at some point.
Right. It's just friction. It's just biology, right?
Right. And like all great things, we discovered gay sex by accident. It
Right.
just guys were wrestling, and the next thing you know.
What if we started a wrestling podcast where the guests that we have on, we just wrestle them and we ask them questions and we just put them in different positions and we just see what happens?
Yeah. I mean, naked, you're saying.
Oh, no, of course, naked.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
there's
at
censor bars and stuff, you know, like to cover just in case anybody's a prude, you know. But
think about it seriously, though. Imagine me and you were naked and we were wrestling and we're just moving around.
mhm,
And at some point, there's just that friction at some point.
just the bear
Yeah, at
hug,
some point
like,
you're moving around and my dick is kind of gliding around on your skin. At some point, you're going to go, what's that? And I'm going to be like, nah, man, it was, you know, and then, you know.
Giannis, you're a little firm down there right now.
I'm going to be like, nah, man, no, you were, you know, we were just wrestling. And then it just, I can't lie about it. It's hard.
Giannis, I'm looking right at it. You're fully erect right now.
And I'm going to go, no, that was because of the wrestling. And you're going to go, are you sure? And then the music starts and then it's on. Yeah. That's how, that's,
Hey, Giannis, let's do this.
yeah. Let's do it. It turns right into a German techno club right there in antiquity.
There's a guy with a mask on. Get closer to him. Get closer.
There's just a couple scenarios where you will not remain straight for very long if you wrestle naked or if you're in a German techno club.
Yep.
You can walk in straight, but how long can your straight hold up in a German techno club? Maybe a little longer than wrestling naked, but not forever.
Yeah. How strong is your willpower?
How strong is your straightness is a new show that me and Jeremiah are going to pitch to a network. Let's
On
put
A&E.
people. Yeah, we're going to put straight people in the gayest scenarios and see how long their straight can hold.
Seriously, because
Yeah.
where we're at right now, I mean, it's kind of like a flagpole in the wind. It kind of, if there's a lot of wind, it starts to billow.
Yeah. I mean, we'll take the straightest guys, the level one, they go do ballet or whatever, level two, German techno, all the way to like actually having their dick in a guy's mouth. And it's like, can you stay straight? Be tough. It's a great game show. I mean, we've done everything else.
It's basically like the new man show 2.0.
Yeah, yeah.
They used to have this. They used to have this segment on there where they had a boner box on a guy, where they would put like a really thin cover of like a cardboard box around the guy, and if it reached past a certain level, then that's when like the gay like alarm would go off. So they would like have at first they would be like are you, oh, we're going to get you hard. Like you're thrown out as soon as the buzzer goes off. So they would have like a stripper in a bikini, like trying to like dance in front of the guys. And the guy would just be smiling and be like, nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. And then they had this little person come out, deep throating a banana. And the guy starts laughing really hard. And he started to get a boner when he saw the pretty classic comedy. Pretty classic comedy.
That is. Yeah. Pretty soon we're gonna have to, like, you ever watch any of those Japanese shows where like they put a cockroach in the tube and they both blow?
Oh yeah.
Like I think that there's no place else to go but that next.
Yeah, we're close.
You know?
We're real close to there.
We're close. Yeah.
I like this.
How great would just real quick? How great would you think it would be if we took Antifa and like the Proud Boys or whatever, and we started doing like live simulated Romanesque kind of gladiator games where we did like the street wars that they're having. We put them in a coliseum and we let them fucking kill each other with, you know, you get like American flags with like, you know, points at the end, and they just and the other ones have like Molotov cocktails, and we just watch it.
I mean, that would be real entertaining.
That would be great, right? Like the new Roman games. Those are the new gladiators.
I mean, People would pay for that. I mean, we can't attend. We can't attend sports right now because of everything that's going on. So if you could tune in from the comfort of your own home and not be judged for being sick and disgusting, the numbers would be insane.
Yeah. I mean, listen, TBS, hit us up. We got ideas.
Very funny.
Yeah, very funny this week.
This one, I like this one. J.A.N.D.R.O. on Instagram. What's the Greekest shit you've ever done?
The Greekest shit I've ever done. God, what haven't I not done? I mean, being a Greek guy, I think the Greekest thing I ever did was come out of my mom's vagina. My wife just said Jesus because she was Greek. So I was born Greek is the Greekest shit I've ever done.
Yeah.
No, I think the Greekest shit I've ever done was like drink a coffee while I smoked a cigarette, while I sat in swim trunks, while I had an unshaved face and hadn't worn deodorant, and said something conspiratorial about the Illuminati. That's as Greek as it gets.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
solid. That's solid.
Yeah. While I dipped the pita into dara musalata, which is crushed fish eggs dip, which is very Greek.
Wow.
I've done it. Yeah, there's been moments where all those things have come together, and Poseidon cried. That's what happens when you get that Greek.
This one comes from Mammary Beans. They want us to be NYC rival hot dog vendors.
Oh. That's a good one. Can you do that voice, City? I mean, should we do like hot dog vendor in the 70s or hot dog vendor now? Because hot dog vendor now is more. What are you talking about? These are my hot dogs over here. They're all Indian. These are the best hot dogs. And in the 70s, you had more. I'm a hot dog vendor.
Maybe it's more like maybe it's more like in the 70s, maybe.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, my hot dogs, let me tell you something. That fucking fairy over there, his hot dogs are the 40 in a pack, 40 cents. You can buy his hot dogs are sitting in fucking dirty water. You know what I do with my fucking hot dogs?
What do you do to yours?
I cook them, man. I fucking cook. My wife made those fucking hot dogs. My wife makes the hot dogs. I bring them out. I sell them in front of fucking Met Museum. Yeah, I pump up the price because it's all fucking rich over there, but you know what? They fucking homemade hot dogs.
I saw you pull your hot dogs out of some Oscar Mayer packaging, okay? Yeah, I'm from Boston.
Let me tell you
I'm from Boston, okay? Yeah. I came from the city from Boston and I moved here, all right?
Yeah, I mean, there you go. The kid's from Boston. That's all you need to know. He's in Manhattan selling fucking hot dogs. He couldn't make it in Boston, so he came to New York. I mean, the kid's delusional. You got to make it big first.
I got a dream, okay? I'm chasing this dream, okay? It's a Big Apple. They don't got a Big Apple in Boston, all right?
Listen, here's the deal. I've tasted his hot dogs. I've sent spies to go taste his fucking hot dog. Let me tell you something. This is the measure of a good hot dog. If you stick it in your ass and it breaks apart, that's a bullshit hot dog. My hot dogs are stiff and cooked. You could take the hot dog, stick it in your ass. It will not fall apart. It'll go right in. Those are my fucking hot dogs. 100% homemade.
Your hot dogs are so lame, I shoved one up my nostril. I could fit it up there. And I got a big nose. I see it. But it's one of those things where whenever I shoved the hot dog up there, it was like a little guy. It was a little guy that could fit right up my left nostril. You got to have more girth on your hot dogs, all right?
Let me tell you something. Just eat my hot dogs.
You don't even got no relish. You ain't even got no relish at your stand.
That's my fucking middle name is Relish. I'm Frankie Relish Pizzero.
Frankie Relish Pizzero?
That's what they call me. I fucking dance with Relish. Are you kidding me? I got fucking I'll fucking buy everybody Relish. You think I give a fuck?
No, I think you do. I think you do, actually. My name's Donnie Krautzinger.
Well, listen, Donnie Krautzinger, your fucking hot dogs come from that dumb Irish Boston town where they're fucking boiled and you put sauerkraut on them.
I don't boil
I got
no
nice
hot
hot
dogs. I grill. Oh, you got what kind?
I got condiments that are hot dogs that go on the hot dogs.
Oh,
How do you like that?
You got hot dogs from concentrate in a bottle, and you put more meat on top of your hot dogs. That's how you're saying how authentic your dogs are?
That's how fucking you could say, give me a hot dog with mustard and hot dogs. And I put fucking hot dogs on the hot dog.
You put a side of hot dogs on the hot dogs, and that's something I can't compete with. I can't afford to put hot dogs with a hot dog. I don't got that kind of price. I don't have that annuity on the loan that I'm taking out on this cat.
Well, there you go. I fucking win. I fucking win the dueling hot dogs game. My name is Frankie Relish Pizarro from the 1970s, where there was still white guys who were hot dog vendors.
I guess I'll have to tuck my dick between my pussy and go back to Boston.
Get the fuck out of here. Get in your car.
I will get in my car, you son of a bitch.
I used to have a joke that I told where I said, taxi drivers, I got a lot of black friends, and, black guys say they can't catch a taxi, which is true. I've been with them. They can't catch a taxi. It's very racist. But I said, I don't know if that has anything to do with white people, though. I was like, when's the last time you saw a white taxi driver? I don't know. It was 1973. It was a movie directed by Martin Scorsese. They don't exist.
The year was 1922.
The year was 1922, and my taxi driver was a white guy.
Things started just getting a little bit roaring out here in the 20s.
I came in with my dame, she
flicked her cigarette.
There's just the South Asians really, they got a grip on the hot dog game in New York now.
They got the conglomerate going, man.
They got that, yeah.
I got one or two questions, and we'll round it out with sax talk, and then we'll wrap this thing up.
I remember sax talk. I love it.
Oh, yeah, you do. Beanie.thief asked how he met Chrissy D and when they knew they would be so cute together.
I met Chris when he first started doing comedy. I'd been doing it a couple of years. 2010-ish, 9-ish, 10-ish. Then we became close friends around 2012-ish, 13-ish. And we just make each other laugh a whole bunch. And so it was just fun. Very easy going. And, we just have a good time. That's basically it. It's just making each other laugh. Like doing this podcast is always, second time. It's just fun because you're so funny. And so, it's just fun. If you can laugh with somebody, I think people like watching that the most.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I've been as soon as we're texting and as soon as you said that you were able to do it this week, I was so stoked. I was like looking forward to it. I was like, ooh, I'm ready to laugh and have fun with my Yanni, my Yanni long laughs.
I love this because you're potty. You just have no idea what's gonna happen next, and you got to switch gears quick. You just got to go with it. I could imagine like a lot of people are just not comfortable on your potty, right? Because you're like, okay, now be another person. And they're like, I can't.
Yannis, let's just say we've had some one and doners on this show. Some people who will never return my call. Some people who questioned what are they doing in their career after they got done with the pod.
Yeah, man, it's fun. It's fun. It's wild. Your potty's wild. I love it.
Wild. That's how I like to do things. Wild. Last question here. They want Brendan_Waldick. What if Derek from Tallahassee is told by the doctor he has liver cancer from partying and COVID, but he doesn't believe it's true? So,
hey, brother. Yeah, that's nothing but a billy a boop. Let me tell you, COVID, I've had it 14 times already, brother. No big deal. I mean, all the way down from the southern tip of the Florida Keys to the Georgia line, brother. COVID's been here. I eat COVID, brother. It's nothing. I've had AIDS twice. I've eaten glass. I fist fought a shark. COVID ain't got nothing on me, brother. I'm from Tallahassee. Are you kidding me? I won't even remember answering this question in 10 minutes, brother.
Derek, I have your test results here, and the cancer is very severe in your liver, and it's already reached a handful of your lymph nodes, and it's starting to spread throughout your body, and you really have probably a month tops, and that's very optimistic.
Well, look, I never believed any of that Billy a Boop anyway. I mean, if you can't feel it, is it there? You know, they say if a tree falls in the forest and you can't hear it, didn't fall. Well, let me tell you something. My colon cancer, they've been telling me about my colon cancer now for about 10 years. My establishment's still open. The Pink Lagoon, El Flamingo Crock Pit. Come on down, brother. We got everything you need, celebrity bartenders. We'll even have the great Jeremiah Watkins down there with all his wigs pouring fireball shots down the gullet, walking around with the great Manny, who's got no arms, watch him pour shots. The kid's like a golden retriever, man. He holds the bottle in his mouth and pours it like that. So listen, you're telling me I'm going down from cancer? I'm an American. I drink Bud Light Limes. So whenever they say you're going down, I say, give me a Bud Light Lime and we'll see who's here tomorrow. And guess what, brother? I'm always here. So come on down to the crock pit. I'm okay.
You should probably have somebody pick you up today, to be honest. I'm not even sure how you're walking. It's literally riddling your body right now. Do you have any symptoms that you're feeling, or is it just me telling you what you should be feeling?
Well, if you're asking me about my spirit, brother, I'm a red-blooded American. I feel fine, but I seem to be missing a leg. And I don't know where I am right now, so I couldn't even tell you where to pick me up. I just came to. I'm in somebody's house here. Hell of a night, whether it was last night or a week ago, brother. I don't remember the last time I was present. But, yeah, it does seem like I am missing a leg at this moment, if that's what you're asking.
That is one of the...
But I feel fine.
It's one of the limbs that we had to take because of the cancer, Derek.
Well, I don't remember or believe you per se, but I tell you, I feel fine. I mean, I'm a Florida hero. I feel fine. I'm from Florida, and I feel fine.
Well, if you feel fine, then that's all I need to hear, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for...
Don't y'all have some... Yeah, I mean, don't y'all have some... You're acting... Are you work for ICE or something? Coming bothering me, telling me, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to order. Aren't there some illegal somewhere you can go put through your question ringer? I mean, I'm an American, brother. I'm a taxpayer. I got an establishment presently shut down by the city, but we're working on those fines. I mean, come on, brother. I mean, this is American on American crime here. Are you Canadian or something? I don't know.
No, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about.
There it is. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew you was a Canuck, brother. Once I saw that beak on that face, I said they only grow them like that in Canada.
Well,
I don't know what to tell you. I got a bar. You're welcome to come anytime.
All right, Derek. I'm going to refer you to a different nurse. Have a good day, pal.
All right. Appreciate it. I'll see y'all. Come on down.
Dude, it's just wild, the reach of this podcast. I mean, we've got Marika who stopped by. We have Derek. Trump stopped by for a little. It's crazy. Scotty Pippen, dude.
Mark Normand,
Joe DeRosa.
Yeah, Joe DeRosa. I mean, really? Yeah. Who's next?
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what's next. Sax talk.
Ooh.
Sax talk.
Ooh.
So, Yannis?
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, think of a story of a sexual encounter that you've had that you're comfortable with sharing. I'll play some sweet sax to follow along with. The last time you talked about being in Scandinavia and getting your bum lapped up.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. So anything but that.
Yeah, I got. I won't tell that one. Yeah, that one's been recorded for posterity. I'm looking at my wife. Hey there, brother. Earmuffs for this one.
Whenever you're ready.
What's up, everybody? Y'all ready to hear a tale? It's a tale as old as the country of the red, white, and blue. It's a story about a 44-year-old stand-up clown who caught the last train into adulthood. You know, us comedians, we don't grow up too fast. Some of us never even grow up, do drugs and die, or die somewhere in a Best Western, somewhere outside of Pennsylvania, maybe Uniontown, alone, hoping we'll make it, but it just don't happen. So what I decided to do was focus on my personal life. I decided to get myself a nice wife. We got married after a couple years of dating then. She's still of the childbirthing years, so she wanted a baby. So that's not what you read about. It doesn't go the way you think when you read about it. I'm a naive fella. I thought, you get married and Jesus just puts a baby in your wife's belly because he did the right thing, but that's not the way it goes. What happens is your wife comes home with a thermometer in her mouth and she threatens you with death if you don't bang her out right there because she's got 12 minutes to make a child. And you run scared. If I had known making a child was that hard, I probably would have busted a nut in every girl I banged raw dotty in high school. I'm doing this for comedy. It's, you would have just asked, hey, when's the last time you had your period? And if she would have said anything over a couple days, you just fire off the glue in there because you're safe. Because a woman's only got about 12 minutes of fertility on a certain day, and it is at military time. So my wife turned into a sergeant. She said, get in the basement, take your pants off and pull your shit out and fuck me. And I said, I can't get it hard if you keep talking like a sergeant in Vietnam. Please say something feminine, please. She said, shut up, faggot. Drop a nut in me. Be a man. So there comes a time in a boy's life or a man-child if you're a comedian where you got to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and figure out a way to make a child while your wife's got a thermometer in her mouth and a child care book in the other. And now she's pregnant. We got a baby on the way. So, hey, ho, hey. And maybe I should have picked another story to tell for sax time because I don't know if my wife's going to let me see the baby after the end of this. But anything for comedy and my good boy Jeremiah Watkins, even if that means I got to sleep on his floor because I'm divorced now. To be continued.
Yanni gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. Yanni gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. First he's gonna come, then you're gonna roll, then you're gonna baby, whoa, let's go.
Yeah, man.
That was hot, man.
Yeah. Can I say, I believe I'm 2 for 2 during sax time.
Oh, for sure.
I'm 2 for 2, baby.
2 for 2, baby. Dropping fat nuts and fat loads on sax talk, dog.
Yeah, telling some personal ones.
That's good.
Funny,
That's
funny.
That's some good stuff. Dude.
Yeah.
Giannis, I have to say, I usually dread doing these Zoom type podcasts, but it's flown by today. I hope it's flown by for you. I had a blast with you, man. I always love hanging with you, talking with you, and thanks so much for doing it, man.
Anytime, man. Yeah, it's always awkward because it's like the delay and stuff, but it's always fun with you, man. You're the best. Thanks, Jeremiah.
People, if you're not already on the History Hyenas train, get on it. Follow Yannis on Instagram. He posts like a lot of amazing characters and stuff, and different sketches, different character pieces, different fun clips. History Hyenas on Patreon in the mornings. Lots of fun stuff. Dude, excited for you in this next chapter of your life, and man, I can't wait till we can see each other in person again and do more stuff together, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Later, brother. I'll talk to you soon.